Hi, Catherine Grace Bond here. Someone asked me yesterday why I do writing retreats and classes and why that's something that I love to do. So I had to really think about it. I do love it, and I do it because I love it and it energizes me. But why is that? And I decided that the answer has to do with love. So I sent out this blog post that I called Fall in Love with Your Character, which might seem a little bit weird because not all of our characters are terribly lovable. I know not all of my characters are terribly lovable. But when it comes down to it, this really does have to do with love, and specifically with empathy. So we've called this retreat full-bodied writing, or the full-bodied novel. You can actually bring other kinds of writing too. But full-bodied because you're getting all the way inside of yourself. You're writing from this place inside of yourself. I mean, actually physically inside of yourself. There's a sort of click when you connect with the place physically when you get into your body. And this is what an actor does. So we're bringing an actor, Andrew Bond, and I actually have a background in acting too, so that's a fun thing for me. We're not doing live action role play on this retreat particularly. This is more contemplative, and also there's some movement and there's some going out onto the grounds and finding places that your character might occupy. But in the end, it is about love, because when you can get inside of a character and understand them from the inside, actually become that person, become that character, there is a deep kind of understanding that happens, and it's not up here. It's not an intellectual understanding. It's a gut understanding. And then when you can go there and then write from that place, the characters come across as real, as authentic. Why? Because they are real. Because they live inside of you. And what I find is that this not only changes my writing to do it this way, to really sit with my characters, to be with my characters, but it changes me as a human being. It changes how I relate to other people in the world. It gives me more compassion. And I find that with fellow writers who participate in these experiences with us and who come on retreats and take classes, that they're already compassionate people. The kinds of people that come and join us for these things are already very empathetic, compassionate people. But that it changes us as a group. It changes the group dynamic. We begin to listen to each other better. We begin to encourage each other better. And there is a way that our writing then goes out into the world before our writing goes out into the world. Ideally, a lot of us want to have our writing go out and find an audience and touch that audience, and for the readers to be able to read our writing and say, this rings so true for me. And so the most essential step to that, I think, is that empathy, is that writing from the inside. But it also has the potential to change you and to change the world. What happens if people that we might inadvertently treat as other, what if we write those people? What if we write them from inside? Then what happens when we go out into the world? We relate to others with more compassion and with more love. What happens when you take a character that is deeply flawed, that might be your opponent character, your antagonist character, and write from this internal space? You end up with a character that is a lot more fully formed, because nobody is this caricature villain. We have to get inside of what makes that character tick. We have to find a place of love for that character. So that's what I'm talking about when I say fall in love with your characters. We need more love right now. We need more love in the world. So I think one reason that I'm so excited about doing this kind of teaching and this kind of experience is that it has the potential to change us in a small group, and then to change the communities that we participate in outside of the small group, and then to change the communities outside of those communities. Being able to find empathy with characters, to find empathy inside of your story and inside of you, and empathy and love for yourself, for who you are at a very core level. This has the potential to be life-changing for not only you, but for others. So that's the long answer of why I do what I do. And I would love to have you come to the full-bodied writing retreat, the full-bodied novel, we call it. It doesn't have to be a novel that you're working on. You should be working on something. It can be short stories. It can be just a scene or two an idea that you're fleshing out. Memoir works very well for this. So please come and join us out on Hood Canal at St. Andrew's House in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. We would love to have you, and you'll see a place below where you can click and register for our wonderful full-bodied novel retreat. Janet Lee Carey, the award-winning novelist, will be there, and she's got some amazing things to share with us about going inward. Andrew Bond, who's also my husband and an actor, will be there to show us how acting techniques can influence your writing. I have a little bit of acting background too, so I'll share some of that. And you are so welcome to come. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.